Hey, everybody, it's Bethany Briggs, self-love, self-care practitioner. It's mindfulness class time. How are you doing? I hope today's treating you well, and if it's not, remember to breathe. You got this. This too shall pass. Um, yeah, so how am I doing? I'm doing all right. I'm doing good. My mouth is still healing. I'm experiencing a little pain, so I have an appointment set for Thursday so I can go get my mouth looked at, make sure it's healing properly, and then it's time to schedule for the other side, to get my other wisdom tooth out, which part of me is like, oh, why did I do them both? But it is what it is. I think doing one at a time is better, because then I had this side of my mouth available for chewing more, so switch it off. So yeah, anyways, it's a process, but this too shall pass. Hi, Kimberly. Thanks for joining me. How are you doing? Good afternoon. So for today's mindfulness class, we are going to do a standing flow. Then we'll drop the stand down. We'll do a meditation. And if you're up to it, I was thinking we could do a little journal prompt as well, because journaling is super important in mindfulness. Because for me, it helps me organize the thoughts that are in my mind, like a to-do list in a sense, when you have like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. But then you put it in a list and it's out of your mind and it's like, whew, okay. It's not as like crazy as my mind was making it out to be. So it's same thing with journaling, your mind's wandering, it's overthinking, it's going all over these places with people's thoughts, other stories that are given to you, your own. And when we journal, we're able to bring it back in, bring it back to ourselves. And that's the most exciting thing, about mindfulness is we go within, we come within. As you saw with the affirmation reel, unless you didn't, it was, I clear energetic debris so I can fulfill my potential. You got to release the blocks, clear that negative, stagnant energy that's holding you back, reframe, rewire. And here we are doing the work, journaling, giving our time to ourselves, because you deserve it. And like I said in one of my posts, like, I believe that self-love and self-care, wellness should be done every day. And as a point, I didn't do it every day, and I do now. So that's why I do it once a week, with that reminder, because then you can expand on your own and you can go at your own pace. And then we have, all the other prompts that I do throughout the week to help you, because those too, like, are journaling prompts, like count your blessing, the mental health check-in, and all the other stuff like breath work, those other posts that I do, like the food for thought. If you have something like wisdom you want to share with the masses, hey, put it in there. Put it on my comments. I love learning from others and I love teaching others. So, we get started? I'm ready to get started. Like I said, it's going to be a standing flow, so I got to make sure that you can see everything I'm doing and you can hear me. I don't have my earphone in. I've been needing to take a break from the earphone. I was having some eye twitching, and I believe it's because I used my earphone too much, because there's times where I'd be listening to music all throughout the day, and of course, that's not good for my brain. Those, I can't think of like the wavelengths, what they're called, but ever since I had stopped using the earpiece as much, and it's been like 3 days, my eyes hasn't really twitched. So I apologize for the sound, but I feel like, I'm a really loud talker, and I'm having my son do some independent learning time for schoolwork today. So that way he's quiet, and then we can just get into practice. And I just have to work on being louder, hey. And then a couple, once I get a break, I'm going to bring back in the earpiece, my headphone. But for now, we're just going to do it this way. So let's find our place to stand. Also, this is something you could do seated. I'm not going to do the seated way, but you could do this stuff seated as well. In case, standing, you're not in the mood for that, or you have a situation like with your lower half and it's hard for you to do standing poses. Well, you can do these seated. It's versatile, you can do it and you can do it laying down too. But anyways, so let's get started with 3 deep breaths. And yeah, I like to start with deep breaths. As you guys already know, it's important that we can clear our space. So we're going to breathe in. And exhale. We're going to breathe in. And exhale. We're going to breathe in one more time. A little bit more, a little bit more. And exhale. Hello, Lotus. Thanks for joining me and everyone else who's on. I appreciate you all. How are you doing? We just started out with some deep breaths. We're just getting into practice. It is a standing flow, but you can do it seated. At the end, we are going to do a little meditation and a little journaling, to bring our thoughts together. So now that if you want to do those deep breaths on your own, feel free. We've already done them, so let's do one more in case you missed it. So we're going to inhale one more time. And exhale. All right, so how we're going to start, find a comfortable place to stand or be seated wherever you would like. We're going to inhale up with our arms, touch them over our head, and then exhale down. Oh, Lotus, I'm glad you could catch the breath with me as well. Inhale up and exhale down. This helps clear our aura. It helps clear that stagnant energy, bring in that power, that strength, the perseverance. And then exhale those blocks, anything you want to release. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Inhaling up and exhaling down. I'm going to do this one more time. Inhaling up. And if you don't want to do the hand movements, the poses, you could always just do the breathing with us and be in a seated meditated seat. Sorry, I'm tongue-tied. And exhale down. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring our arms up like we're hugging a beach ball. And then exhale, swim those arms behind you like this. You can interlace your fingers if you would like, or you can just keep them like this. Wherever your range of motion is, you may find that you can only go this far, or you can only go this far. Make it your own, okay? Listen to your body. That's super important. Inhale forward like the beach ball. This is great for the shoulders and the chest. And then exhale back. Inhale front. Exhale back. Inhale front. And exhale back. Next, I want you to take your feet wide apart. What we're going to do next is we're going to bring our arms up, and then we're going to drop into a forward fold, touch the ground. I'll back up a little bit so you can see me better. Touch the ground and go where it's comfortable for you. So if that means staying on the ground like this, or you want to put your hands in between your feet, or you want to put them back farther, it's up to you. It's where you want to feel it. So we're going to breathe up, flat back. Breathe, exhale, bring it down. And if you're seated doing this, you want to have your fingers in front of you and do the same movements. Up and down. Up, flat back, and then down. Exhale. Inhale, flat back. And exhale. Next, we're going to come over to the left side, and we're just going to hang out here for a minute. And if you would like to take it deeper, you can go like, I have this chair in the way. You can bring your leg down like this into a side runner pose. I find this to be magical. Now doing this seated is going to be a little bit harder. So just stay seated and hold on to your toe, your left toe, your knee, your ankle, wherever you're able to do it. So now let's go to center. And we're going to do that on the right side. So if this is all you can do while you're seated, that's okay. Now we're going to bring that over to the next side. Get that stretch in. This is a one that's really, really great for your hips, for releasing the emotions. Anything you do with your hips, your groin area, you're releasing, because that is where we hold stagnant energy, the stuff that needs to be released. And then also in your shoulders and neck area. So now let's go to the center, bend down, flat back. Now bring your toes together. Now we're just gonna stay here in a flat back. If you're seated, bring your legs together and do the same thing like you're doing with left and right. Inhaling flat back, exhaling down. I'm gonna grab my my elbows, and kind of just move from side to side. Whatever's comfortable for you, do that. And remember to breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. All right, so we're gonna breathe in, flat back, and then we're gonna swing our arms up, have them touch, bring them down to our heart center. And we're gonna come together now and do a couple more breaths, and then we're gonna drop it down to do our meditation and then journaling. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. We're gonna do that one more time, and at the top we're gonna hold there. Inhale, interlace your fingers like this. It's called a Venus lock. And you're gonna wanna bring your palms to the ceiling and extend that spine, and then go to the right and left, however it feels good for you, remembering to breathe. Doing what feels good for you. Alrighty, so we're gonna bring our arms down and let's do a couple shoulder circles. Do those shoulder circles. I'm gonna do them while I'm bringing down my ring light so we can meditate together in a seated fashion. I do like to meditate when I'm standing sometimes too, but today we're gonna be seated. Alrighty, so I'm grabbing my journal. Do those shoulder circles. Shoulder circles. Now go forward, or whatever way you would like to do. And when you're ready, get into that meditative seat, however you would like. I do easy pose. It looks like this. You could cross your legs. You could do lotus pose like this if you would like as well. I'm working on my lotus pose and I notice different days, depending on how tight my hips are, I can do it a little bit more. But this one also, if you do this specifically, it helps keep your spine straight. It is a harder pose. You can also do half lotus, where you just have one leg up and the other one down. So whatever you'd like to do. I'm going to do easy pose for the comfort of it. But it felt good to do that lotus pose. I love it. Yeah, so once you found your space, if you have a journal or a piece of paper that you can grab real quick, we'll wait a few seconds before we start the meditation, so you can be ready for the journaling prompt after the meditation, because it's going to go into the meditation, and while we're meditating, we're going to journal as well if you feel called to. Or maybe you just want to do it all in your mind. And for those that are waiting, or you're catching it on the replay, or you're, whatever, let's just breathe those natural breaths. Inhale and exhale. So now that you've had your piece of paper or your journal, wherever you would like to journal, let us get into our meditative space. We're going to take a breath in and exhale. Counting our breaths as we're here now. We did that movement, we released, and now we can sit in stillness and bring our attention to the inner world as we've opened it up just a little bit more. We added a little bit more light so we could have awareness to the things that are holding us back, so we can release those blocks that are holding us back from reaching our true potential, from living the life we would like to live, so we could be our unique, authentic self. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. We're in this together. Amazing way to release is coming together as a group to meditate, to go within, to have the mindfulness. And you don't have to be physically with the people. We are still connected as we are practicing together. Our energies are so powerful and strong, and they go farther than you can even imagine or think of. As we are here holding the space together and breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhaling and exhaling. Letting yourself be in this space. There may be outside noises. You may have thoughts that come in, but stay here now. Pin them for later. Count it as a repetition and start over. Come back to your breath. Now, as we're meditating and you feel called to journal with whatever comes up, or journal about a block you would like to release, or think about a block you would like to release. Maybe you're tired of giving away your power, and now is time to release that block so you can step into your power and take your power back, because you deserve it and you are worth it, and that is yours. No one can take that from you. Only you can give it away. So pull that back in. Take that back. Take back your power, because you are enough and you are important and you matter. Breathing in and breathing out. Now we'll sit here in silence, so feel free to journal or just sit in your meditative space, thinking about this block that you want to release, that you want to shine the light on, so you can connect with your unique, authentic self more and more each day, being the best version of yourself. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathing in and breathing out, even while journaling. Make it be a meditation journaling session, if that feels good for you. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathing in and breathing out. And if you're just hopping on right now, we are doing journaling from a meditative state. And what we're journaling about is about a block you're releasing. So if you'd like to hop in and do that, more than welcome to. I'm just journaling, but remembering to breathe. Breathing in and breathing out. And if you don't want to journal about it, you just want to meditate about the situation or the experience or the block you want to release, that's okay. Make it your own. Hello, Matthew. Thank you for joining me. Remembering to breathe, focus on your breath, and focus on your inner world. And just journal anything that comes up, any words, anything, and you can always dissect it later. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And if you feel called to, in the comments, let us all know what you're releasing. And if not, that's okay. You don't have to share. But if you'd like to share, the space is open. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Right now we are putting our tool belt of courage on so we can push past this limit and get out of the comfort zone, so we can align ourselves to our unique, authentic selves. Inhale and exhale. I am releasing giving away my power and people pleasing, because sometimes I people please and I give away my power, but I am stepping into my power and being me, my unique, authentic self, with my courage, pushing past limits, because that is how I find my peace and my harmony and my balance. And when I give my power away, I'm not being my true self. Oh, Kim, guilt from your past. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing your heart with us. That's so brave. I love how you're flexing that belt of courage. And I encourage you all to flex that tool belt of courage as well. Super important. So now we're going to breathe in, exhale, and now start wiggling your fingers, wiggling your shoulders, whatever. You could stretch a little bit. I'm going to shake it out. I like shaking it out, especially because there's more to do today. At the end of the day, I like to go to that relaxed state and not shake it out. But since we're here, shaking it out, or you could stretch, you could do this one. That's always good. You could do the seated cat-cows. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Oh, Lotus, you're giving away yourself, your negative self-talk. Oh, that is beautiful. Thank you for sharing your heart with us. And thank you for being brave and flexing that tool belt of courage. I'm proud of you both, Kim and Lotus. Thank you, thank you. I'm also proud of myself for speaking up about this, because I wasn't going to, but something told me, no, this is a great way to release. And to do it in a setting where it's a safe space, and that we've created that safe space with the movement practice, going into the meditation so we could really go within, and then journaling to let it really get out. And now we've shined the light on it. Now we put that awareness there. Now it's time to do the work. And you're going to run into things that are going to challenge you, but it's part of the experience. It's part of the growing. So when the hard times come, this is the great time to go back to your wellness, to your breath, to your journaling, to the meditation. Whatever your self-love and self-care tools are, that's going to be what you go to. Going outside. I know the other day I was having, was Monday, I was having a really big emotional day. And I know I'm working through a lot as well. Like I am working through a fear of swallowing pills, late night eating, limiting my sugar intake. I'm working through biting my nails, because that's something when I get a little anxious, I bite my nails, but I haven't done it in, man, over a week, and I'm super proud of myself for it. And I've done all these things in over a week, 2 weeks, and I really see the growth, but I also find the times where it's really hard, and it's like, so on Monday I had that hard time, and something told me, go outside. And what did I do? I went to a tree, and I hugged one of my trees, and I put my third eye to it, and I just stood there and hugged this tree, and it gave me so much peace and harmony and balance, and the moon was out, there was the snow, it looked like a wonderland, enchanting, and it brought me back to my peace. It helped me see what I'm doing, and like, I'm doing a lot right now, so feeling overwhelmed is normal, and it happens, but that's why we have our mindfulness tools. Bring us back into the present moment to help us grow, heal, and expand. So thank you everyone for being here. I appreciate you all so much. If you're interested, I have my podcast at 1:30 p.m. in the free Facebook group Empath Unicorn Academy, and it's about talking how to use the traumas and the blocks to help empower your experience more. That's not the exact title, but I'm just paraphrasing. So if you'd like to join, you want to get in the group, let me know. And yeah, we'll get you there. And then you can join the podcast, which I do with my business partner, Yana. It's called Heal the Unicorn Podcast, and I just love doing it each week. Yeah, you're welcome, Lotus. Yeah, of course. I actually want to work on going live more. That's something that I noticed was really nice, because you felt like I was hanging out and, not just coming live when I do a class, but going live just to check in and see how everyone's doing, and maybe do an impromptu class. So that's also stuff I'm going to be working on. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes I'm going to be working on, and it will be shown as I go through it, as I like to be transparent and vulnerable and authentic. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you all, and sending you all so much love on this beautiful day. Remember during the hard times to breathe. Go to your wellness practices, your self-love, self-care, and remember that courage. Remember that love, and find that balance, because you can do it. I believe in you. You got this. Remember to shine bright and be you, and step into your power. Find that strength, and use the perseverance to keep going. Use resilience to keep going, because we all got this. We're in this together. And I just hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you around. Have fun, guys. Have a great day. See you soon. Bye. Bless me. Love you guys.